Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I'm here.
Love it. I do love the family vibe you have going on over there at your channel, though. It's
The
really
what?
cool. The family
The what?
vibe. Yeah. It's always cool to hear.
Yes.
Hanging
We are
out. Yeah.
a big creator family, I guess you could call us.
Yeah. Now, I just noticed your husband's streaming as we speak, so I checked.
Yes,
I caught
he
that.
is.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays poker on stream.
Yeah. I've been a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, you have? Okay.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah. I'm not even close to being as good at poker, so it's always good to lean on friends like your husband for advice.
There's like a lot of math involved in poker that I didn't even realize.
Yeah, you're right. It's you have to remember a lot of things to get that to, and you have to have an amazing amount of patience, which I don't know if everyone does.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like how
That's
have
true.
how are you at it? Are you good?
I mean, I can hold my own like in like a casual game. Like I think I've watched enough, to kind of get the gist of it, but like by no means could I play every day like him and, really read people. I really like it when his friends come over and we play. I find that's a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Enough
sweet.
to get by.
That's good. No, that's cool. I mean, because that's part of. I'm glad that you can hang a little bit in a game like that because there's a lot going on. So, very cool.
Yeah, I've always loved watching poker
Ooh.
like on TV,
Like
before Eckler even started.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's kind of like one of those things that we get to bond over. Which
Yeah,
is
nice.
Yeah.
Super cool. So I mean, when he goes to tournaments, I know it's probably been a bit, but I would assume you go with him to tournaments as well, or can you?
He's never played in person.
Oh, okay.
He's only ever played online.
Got ya.
Yeah. But that would be sweet one day to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to watch him play like IRL.
Cool beans. Yeah.
Go to Vegas.
Yeah, go to Vegas. Do it up. Be fun. Lots to do. Have you been?
Vegas. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been twice.
Cool.
I love it.
A lot of thrills. Yeah, good times.
It's like a whole nother world.
It really is.
It is like a whole nother planet.
I completely agree. I was there this weekend, and I can tell you are correct. Yeah.
Oh, you were there this weekend?
I was. True story. Yeah. So I did okay.
Dope.
I did okay. I didn't do any poker, but I did video poker, which is sort of the same thing, but not really. So.
What is your like go-to when you go gamble in Vegas?
It's that. It's the really basic three reel slots, and it's blackjack. Those are the three things I play. Very stable games with a low house edge. I would love to play craps, but I don't have enough money to play that game. You need a ton of money to play that game.
Yeah, you have to like be able to invest a bunch for like the long haul. It seems like a long game.
Yeah. It could be. I think it depends. Yeah. I mean, if you get the number you want, it can be a very long game, which is good. Which is just a good time because it's like a party. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Oh, we got some folks in the chat already. Oh goodness! I'm so happy to see Angie in here. I know Angie. Angie's one of your mod friends, I believe. So it's good to see you. Thank you for the follow. Very nice of you. Appreciate you so much. And hello.
She is my number one.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Welcome back in. Now, folks who are watching JL's stream today, part 1 of JL Fest, part 1 of 4, you're probably wondering which stage she's at right now. You will find out momentarily. The tension mounts as we find out which stage she's in tonight for the interview.
I might be a puddle on the floor. You will not know until we start here.
So good to see you. And CLK Tambourine, welcome in. It's good to see you too.
That's
welcome.
my mom.
Oh, is it your mom? Hi, Mom.
Yeah, CLK is my mom.
I love it. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Now, you two were making pasta together last year. That was a really, really fun stream. I remember that stream.
Yeah, we were.
Good times.
We were.
Yeah. Cool beans.
I
All right.
got razzed for saying pasta.
I remember that too.
I don't know if you remember that, but
I do remember that. Pasta.
yeah, everyone's losing it as I say pasta.
Everybody's got their way to saying pasta. It's all good. It's all good.
Yep.
All right. I think we're ready to go. Everybody here ready to go? Let's do the thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here we go. This show even has its own theme song. It's really fun. There we go. Oh man, so good to have you all here though tonight. And I know more will come in just a few minutes, but we're getting the ball rolling a little bit early. Let's do the thing, folks. Welcome back to the Sandwich Show. It's so good to see you. And I can see our guest tonight's really into the themes. And she is. I love this. Yeah. Now this song is. I chose this song because it makes me think of video games when I play it. So it's really fun to have this as part of it. So we're joined tonight by Twitch partner, indie musician, celebrating 2 years. 2 years as a partner on Twitch. And she's Central Canada's own JordinLaine. Welcome to the Sandwich Show. So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
100%. It's a great time. Meeting you was really really great adventure. I remember the first time I saw you was on the front page of Twitch, and I think the combination of your sense of humor and your incredible music had me a follower. Well, I would say for life, but basically since that point in time, and I haven't looked back. It's really been great to pop in. And I mean, your community is so grand and so big. It's not a wonder that you have a great following on Twitch and also on other platforms. And JL, I'll just show this really quickly to everybody who's tuning in to start. But she's celebrating her 2-year partnerversary with a 4-day event called JLFest. There it is. If you're not,
there it is.
If you're not already following JL, please hurry up and do so immediately. And come back tomorrow. She'll be continuing the adventure, which was just incredible. And already one of these future content items were unlocked. The Avril stream, I believe, is correct. So that's pretty awesome. How is it?
Yeah, we did the co-op game stream as well.
Oh, great. Okay, great.
We got both of those.
Nice. So I understand there was a lot of technical drama, some setup, and there was a lot that went into that first day. Tell us about how things went on your first day in the sunshine stage.
Yeah. So I mean, anytime we plan an event like this, I always have my husband to help me. He's kind of my tech guy, my sound engineer. And for this one, we basically had to tear down not my whole setup. I'm here, you can see me, but we had to tear down 90% of my stuff and move it upstairs. And anytime we do an event like this, we always try to throw in new things. Today I had a whole new alert system. I'm trying to do stuff that I've never done before, and naturally when you do that, stuff will go wrong. So we had quite a few things going wrong. The laptop I was on can't handle streaming anymore. It actually wasn't since 2 years ago that I used that laptop for streaming. A bunch of the alerts were broken. The audio was broken because the CPU couldn't handle it.
Right.
So luckily we live in a house, that we've accumulated a lot of gear. So we had the ability to swap out on the fly, and it ended up being okay.
Yeah,
we powered through.
That's cool. I mean, those alerts were really cool. The falling gems. I mean, that's a work of art. That was really cool. Eckler doing that is that's really impressive. I don't even know how he did it. It's pretty cool.
I don't either. I had this vision. I'm I want, when people come in for this thing, I want it to be they're throwing a coin into a guitar case. And so he took, how people have a tip cup, sometimes it's built into Stream Elements, and there's coins that go in a jar. Basically he took that shape and like did some crazy math, HTML, three-dimensional number jigging and made it into like a case shape. And I was just like, I was watching him while I was doing other stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like he deserves a big pat on the back. He did a lot of work. So
yeah, 100%. And it's cool.
Yeah.
That'll carry over for the rest of the JL Fest too, right? We'll see it in days 2 through 4. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes.
No, all the love to our. But I'll give Echo a shout out too. Actually, let me do that.
Yeah.
Streaming right now.
He's always doing different things. You know, he used to do music production on stream. He did gaming for a while. He's done web shows, and right now his focus is poker, and he's actually doing quite well at the moment. So he's just an all-around great guy, I feel like, to follow, you know.
And a great follow-up question to that is the story of how you met him is amazing to me. Like, I love that. Would you be willing to share that for our audience again, for those who didn't catch it for the first time?
Yeah, I can share with you how I met Eklo. So, Adam is Eklo, by the way. Eklo is his music name and Adam is his real name. But we grew up in the same small town together. But we never really met because we're 3 years apart. So he was graduating high school when I was a freshman in high school. So, you know, we didn't really hang out with the same crew. And but we kind of like knew who each other were just from music events in town. And then we ended up living in the same city of Ottawa, you know, when we were in college and stuff. And he caught wind that I was living there, kind of like messaged me, asked me if I wanted to jam. And that wasn't really something that I did back then. I was quite shy and quite nervous to, you know, play music around anyone. It took a lot. And for some reason I said yes and went, which is very unlike me, but I think it was meant to be. I mean, obviously it was meant to be. I took a bus out to his home studio and we jammed and made music, and the rest is kind of history. So
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, it's an incredibly romantic story, folks, and that's why I felt it was worth getting back to again. And Aaron, welcome into their chat. Aaron's our mod tonight. It's so good to see you, and you know, I'm glad to have you as long as you can be here. We gave you a shout out, Aaron, in the chat. SmackTalk94 and Caffeine is My Drug are also in the chat. Good to see you. And Angie, who we mentioned, a good friend of yours, of course. So good to see you all here. Yeah, and Caff says greetings. And by the way, Caff, Jordin had a tea before starting out, so she's got caffeine in her system too. But
yes. Oh, actually, this is not caffeinated.
Oh, okay.
It's iced tea.
Got
it's
it.
Not caffeinated.
Got it. Different deal.
But I had plenty of coffee today.
Sweet. Nah, we're big fans of coffee over here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, right on. I mean, the energy it takes to do a stream such as the one you did today, I mean, that's definitely notable. I mean, what are some of the methods you use to maintain energy through shows like that? I mean, it doesn't sound like it's as easy as as easy as it looks, does it?
Yeah, I think it's actually so exhausting, and it's like doesn't really get like chatted about too much. And I think it was Liv Harris made a tweet about it today or something, and she was talking about like, you know, how much energy goes into, I can't speak on behalf of like other content creators, but music streaming specifically. You know, I just feel like if you're really putting your all into it and you're connecting with the music and you're putting that passion into every stream that you do, it's a lot. And I always tell everyone that I have like an emotional hangover after events like this, because the adrenaline is pumping and you're just like, you're going at 120%. And I don't really have anything specifically that I do to get through it. I think I always have so much adrenaline when I do fun events like this and stuff like that. So it's easy to get through. And then it's the aftermath that I need to deal with. So I need to make sure I get a good sleep tonight and rest my voice. And that's really important because I like to scream a lot. So, yeah, just little things like that, you know.
Super cool. Another one of your mod friends is in here, Chain, who may or may not have had a birthday last week. I hear the energy comes from soda and balsamic vinegar.
Hey, whatever works. I mean, it wasn't that bad. The drink wasn't that bad.
How much the premise behind this, if you're not familiar, is that it came from a TikTok video which suggested that you can make healthy Coke out of these ingredients. Now, just how close were they to having that taste like Coke?
Not
at all.
0. Like, I was gonna be like maybe a 10 because like it looks like Coke, like 10% because it looks like Coke, but no, it didn't. Or carbonation, but that's not flavor. That's mouthfeel.
Right.
No,
right.
taste. It was 0. It didn't taste anything like Coke. It didn't taste bad, but it tasted nothing like Coke.
I mean, it just doesn't add up in my head. Like, where does the sugar come from to make that a Coke? I don't even know.
So, well, the one that she did, she had like a sweetened carbonated beverage. I did not.
Okay.
I was trying to be like, a purist when it comes to the balsamic vinegar Coke. But the fact that she said in the video, this literally tastes like Coke. And it's just like, no, you could have said it tastes a little bit, but there's no way it literally tasted like it. Anyways, it was fun. Well,
it was definitely fun because I was parachuting into the stream for that part of the show. I was like, that's a fun moment to parachute in. Like, you're like tasting a balsamic vinegar. Is like, this does not taste like Coke. That was, and I think someone clipped it too, which is really wild. So, welcome in, Jason L. Rush, another one of our mods. Welcome in. Good to see you again. And Calf is also a mod here. Calf says, I thought you just needed Captain Morgan and Mexican Coke to be healthy. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
Hey, to each their own. Live by your own rules,
Yeah. If you talk about alcoholic beverages, this is a real sidebar question, but what are some of your favorite libations?
Okay, so it's funny you asked this question because I went to a restaurant recently and they served me a cherry blossom mojito, which is like a mojito with a little bit of tea. That's why I have this iced tea, actually. I'll tell you in a second. It comes with tea and a little bit of yuzu juice and cherry liqueur, along with like the mint and the lime and stuff for a mojito. And I am obsessed with this drink, but it's not in my town. So it's from a restaurant out of town. So I tried to recreate it like 2 nights ago.
Oh, really?
And me and Eklo drank like 4 mojitos throughout the night. I was trying to perfect this recipe. So that's kind of my vibe right now, and that's why I have like 3 different types of iced tea in the fridge because I brewed a bunch of different kinds to kind of taste test different ones to see what made the best combo, and I do think I nailed down a pretty good recipe. So
sweet.
Yeah,
I like it. Oh man, that's great. I think that's just sort of the thrill of making a cocktail, like getting the ratios down. And it's like, once you get it, it's like, yes, so good.
I know. It was so fun. I don't normally like do that or like make drinks like that. And so it was fun to play. What would it be? A mixologist for the night? I've also always wanted to be like a barista. So I feel like that was kind of like parallel to that vibe.
I like that vibe a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and you just said it. Baristas are wizards for sure. That's a really good call. Like I think they do amazing work, just getting that right all the time. Aaron says, by the way, as far as the TikTok video, plot twist, that person never had Coke before.
I think you're right.
It's true.
You nailed it.
And Jason says, wrong kind of Coke. Uh-oh. Can only imagine that too. Wild. But yeah, no, it's really cool, and it's good that your community is down to like enjoy like twists and turns and stream like that. I think that just speaks a lot to the cool people that you have as part of your world, and they're a cool part of the Twitch world as well. But when you started all the way in. You started on a competing platform, Mixer, and you came over to Twitch when Mixer shut down. What was it like migrating that community over from one platform to the other? Like, how much of your community do you think made the jump to the other platform?
It was, well, obviously it was really scary.
Yeah.
It was like they were like, okay, we're shutting down, and I think we determined I had 4 followers on Twitch. When I made the jump. And so I had like 60,000 on Mixer. So it was really scary, and I didn't know, who would come over. A lot of people loved Mixer because they didn't like Twitch. And so it was a little bit frightening, but I will say, when it happened, I was like, you know what? This is what we're doing. We're going. We're not hanging on any longer than we need to. Let's just rip it off like a Band-Aid. And we did. And I think, the fact that we didn't have a choice, everyone kind of, it made us a little bit stronger coming over to Twitch together. And I think a lot of people did come over. I think that existing community from Mixer that came over to Twitch has helped me immensely in finding new friends, that came from Twitch,
right.
like building the Twitch user community. And, even now, like, I'll be live and someone will come in and be like, oh my gosh, I found you. I haven't seen you since Mixer. And people are kind of still trickling in like that, which is really interesting. And I don't really know how that happens, but it's quite cool.
That is.
But I couldn't have done it without the people that came with me, because, it wasn't easy for a lot of people. And I know that I owe so much of that. Like they elevated me, the people that followed over. So, yeah.
No, that's wonderful. I mean, and it did definitely have a factor in your making partner and things like that, and the community that you have today and getting to the front page. That's really cool to hear. If you go back on what it was like streaming on Mixer, this is something I'd wondered for a while. Like, how would you compare the experience of streaming on that platform versus the one you stream on today with Twitch?
Yeah, that's a great question that I've never really thought about. But I guess, like, when I moved over to Twitch, I kept on referring it to as, like, Mixer was elementary school and Twitch is like middle school or high school. Like, it felt a lot more serious on Twitch, and like just like the stakes were kind of higher, or not necessarily the stakes were higher, but like there was more like opportunity that was pretty unreal and pretty cool. And Mixer felt very much like everyone was building it together from the ground. So you kind of have that, like, I feel like I was less intimidated on Mixer. I got really close with a lot of staff members who were, just starting out their career journeys and stuff like that. And it definitely felt just kind of like, your elementary school class where everybody's buddies, and it's just like a good vibe. And not that Twitch is a bad vibe, but it was like a step up. It was like taking the next step. And Mixer was always very, experimental, and everything was exciting because everything was new. And, they were pushing out features constantly that, we were all testing out and getting so excited. And there was so much promise there, which was really cool to be a part of.
I think this answers the question I would have followed up with, which is, what do you miss from Mixer? It sounds like that is it. Like the growth and experimental aspects of the platform.
Yeah, definitely. It was like, it was really tight knit. And, I think that there was just something about the platform in itself that was very tight knit and very community centered. And it felt really cool to get to be, like a part of their events, and like, going to visit their HQ and stuff like that. And it was really just fun to be a part of something that felt so promising. Obviously, we're all here now and it died. So, but in the moment, it just felt so exciting. And, I think that it was really magical and really special.
That's cool. Yeah. Let's say hello to CT, who's joined us. See Chris Thompson, CT Music. Welcome in. Good to see you, CT. Well, always good to hang out with you. Let's see. Smack Talk is back. The internet is fixed. Pump that up. I love it. Good times. Now, a huge fan of music, both. So, On your channel, you have some fun sight gags. Oh yeah, by the way, yes, we are. Please, thank you so much for your contributions to the Bork and Entire Broadway Production Community Challenge. Very nice of you all to jump in on that without me announcing it. But please keep doing that, what you're doing, because it's gonna be a spectacular show if we get there. Maybe I can explain that another time what that means, but
I'm curious now.
So let's say it took something, I don't know, The Sound of Music, or something like West Side Story, or Hamilton, or something like that. And you took the songs from the particular musical, and you changed around the lyrics so that keywords were replaced with Bork. So it's like a Mad Libs, but kind of like unintentional censoring, but using the word Bork in place of certain words to make them funnier. So that's the way we're planning to do that. And
I like it.
Thank you.
That sounds funny.
It should be really hysterical once we get around to it. I'm hoping to recruit some friends to help produce this stream once we get to it. But how are we doing in the challenge anyway? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're getting there. We'll extend the challenge. Don't worry about it. But thanks for your contributions. Yeah, so anyway, speaking of humor, your channel can be downright hilarious sometimes. And I think the biggest thing I wanted to ask about before we continue is, where did you get the inspiration to do the zoom in button that you have on your stream? Because I know it's a thing on Twitch, but where did you get the idea?
I think someone just came to mind, and she was known as PT Barpin on Mixer, and now I believe she goes by Moot Boink, and she is an artist, and she did she's always done like amazing special effects, makeup, body painting. And I used to love her stream, and I don't remember specifically being like, oh, she does that, I'm gonna do that. But you just asking that question kind of triggered a memory of her stream, and she was always so funny, along with so unbelievably talented as an artist, and she would always do these ridiculous zooms in on her face. And I think that's where I got it from.
Okay.
I never thought about that before, but she was hilarious. And I remember, when I started kind of like I want to say networking with her, but like, just getting to know her, and I felt like just really like honored and special that I kind of started having like a relationship with her, because I really respected her. I still do. I really respect her as like a creator, an artist, and just a genuine human being, and how she kind of ran her stream and her content. So that's probably where.
Okay.
Shout out Moot Boink.
Moot
I think
Boink.
she is on Twitter.
Do it up.
Twitter,
yeah. At Moot Boink. Is that one word? Is there an underscore in there? Let's see.
I think it's one word. I hope I have it right.
Okay.
But
while we suss that out, let me go ahead and present the... Where's my button? Speaking of buttons, here we go. Okay, here we go. I got you. I got it.
Yeah, it's just Moot Boink, all one word. And she does such funny, like she does some seriously impressive stuff, and then a lot of her stuff is just hilarious as well.
Now, did you say Twitter or Twitch? I tend to sometimes forget.
She has a Moot Boink on Twitter, but then she has a link tree here, and her Twitch is Mooty Boink.
She has a Twitch too. Nice.
Oh wait, maybe she spelled it wrong.
Maybe it's Moot Boink. It looks like Jason.
No, her Twitch is Moot Boink as well.
Sweet.
Anyways, she was definitely an inspiration to me back in Mixer, and I loved her content.
Love that. Well, I appreciate you sharing that story too. So, really quickly, folks, because it's our tradition here on the Sandwich Show, a staple of our program, it is time once again for the Sandwich of the Week, and I have a good one tonight. I really do. Let's go take a look at this one. Tonight's Sandwich of the Week comes from Shake Shack, based in New York City, but they have locations all over the country, including here in the LA area. And it's the Chicken Shack, a beautiful chicken sandwich with crinkle cut fries and the pickles and the mayonnaise and the whole thing. And it's on a potato bun. Beautiful, beautiful.
What's a potato bun?
Oh yeah, potato bun. It's basically like a really soft. If you ever seen like a regular bun, I think they just use potato. I have seen a
regular bun.
Well, right. That should be obvious. That's such a dumb question. Have you ever seen, imagine if you said no. That would have been
No. What's a bun? Like, what? You put your burger on a bun?
Oh, gosh. So I believe a potato bun basically means instead of using like wheat flour, use potato flour. So it creates a much softer bun, which is really, really good which is really, really comfortable in the teeth, and it's pretty good.
Teeth comfort is important. I hate it when you get like a toasted sandwich and the bread is too toasted.
Oh,
it's like ruins it. But your sandwich looks delicious.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. Jason says, "Get in my belly." Yeah, we're 100% on that, Jason. But if you're in the U.S. and you're looking for, I don't know if they have in Canada, but in the U.S., there should be Shake Shacks near you, pretty much wherever you live. Hyper, welcome in.
I don't think we have that.
Oh, okay. Is there like a burger place that's equivalent to something like a Shake Shack, like a really good burger chain that's up your way?
Shake Shack. I don't know. Like A&W is my go-to here. I feel like A&W in the US is different than A&W in Canada because I feel like a lot of people are like, it's meh. But yeah, they have like geez, I'm looking at Shake Shack's menu right now, and they have like a lot of different burgers that look really delicious.
Oh man, yeah. If you're ever out you mentioned Vegas. If you go back to Vegas. Oh, what did you see right there?
This bacon cheeseburger, it's like a smash burger. It looks so good.
It is so good. Oh, I've had that one. It's like, let me see if I can cue it up over here.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry. But yeah, I love A&W. A&W is so good here. They're like for fast food burgers, at least. So good.
Nice. All right. Well, let's continue the conversation. And this time what we get to do, we'll let our folks in the chat, please, if you're new to the Sandwich Show, we'd love to entertain your questions for JordinLaine in what we call America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions.
Yes, it is.
Stop. Ask us anything.
All right, mods, let's go and open up the queue. If you have a question for JL, exclamation point question, followed by your question itself. And we can ask her about anything under the sun in the next 30 minutes or so. And we'll pick it up and keep talking about sandwiches, burgers, fries, whatever is on your mind. Should be really fun. But don't be shy. Feel free to ask the question, and we'll get going. I got one off the front, so let me give this to you, because we debate this a lot over here on the Sandwich Show. We've had a lot of guests on our talk show. That's great. That's a great question. Let me open the queue. Can you do that again, Jason? Queue wasn't open yet. There we go. That is a hell of a question. Wow, Jason, put that in. That's a really good question. Okay, I'm actually going to get to his question first. So his question is, what song do you love to play but no one ever requests?
There's a lot. I'm trying to think of like the most recent one. It's kind of funny. Okay, this is kind of funny because Angie is here. I feel like Angie has caught on to the songs that I love to play but no one ever requests, and she'll put them in the queue sneakily as like our stream mascot Alan here, or our other stream mascot from upstairs, but she'll put them in the queue and I play them every single time she puts them in there because she knows I love to play them, but no one ever requests them. And I like to play a lot of Lainey songs. I don't know if you guys know the band Lainey. They're like alt pop, synth pop, good vibes. And then I also love to play, there's this one song called Lemonade that I love to play. Wait, is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called Lemonade by Adam Friedman. And it's like one of my favorites to play if there's a raid or if there's a hype train or to kick off the stream. And I feel like, well, maybe it gets requested sometimes, but not really that much. But yeah, Angie's kind of like, starting to read what songs I absolutely am obsessed with, but they don't get requested. So she puts them in the queue for me.
Angie, that's really thoughtful of you to do that. I mean, and I'm not surprised. She's very, very nice to all of us over there in chat. So super cool. Yeah. I think I've heard the Lemonade song on stream, your stream.
I do play it a lot because I love it.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. So, thank you for the question, Jason L. Rush. Appreciate you very much. Did we give you a shout out, by the way? Let me fix that. There you go, Jason. So we have a redeem in for Bean Boozled. This is a very fun. This is a very fun redeem for everybody in the chat. Not so much for me, but the way it works is that I think you've seen these before. These are jelly beans, and the flavor could either be a good bean or it could be a disgusting tasting bean. So we don't know which one it is. We're gonna have to figure it out for ourselves. But Hyper UK, thank you for the redeem. Let's go throw this on. Oh, not
Godspeed, man.
Thanks.
Godspeed. I've had a vomit one. The last one. That's the last Bean Boozle I ever did.
Oh man, that's a rough one. Oh gosh, I hear you. I hear you. My sympathies. My sympathies.
Not good.
Let's see about this one. This is either dead fish. Ignore the blue one. They get excluded from this survey. The chat will riot if I eat that one. So we will go with dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Here we go.
What? Dead fish? What are these people like? This is their job, and they're literally just alive to torture people. Dude, these beans. It's so crazy.
I know. What the hell,
Dead
right?
Fish? Oh, how do you come up with that flavor? Okay, good luck, dude. I mean, oh
Thanks.
god.
There we go. Of course, it's a dead fish.
No.
It couldn't be the good one.
No.
Ugh,
What?
not fun.
No. You eat the whole thing? You swallow it?
I have to, per the agreements
what?
of the.
For the content.
Yeah, Hyper's right. And rancid it is. It sure is. Oh man,
Ooh.
that's all right, Hyper.
Dead fish is better than live fish? Maybe you're onto something there, Chain.
Well, if you eat a live fish while it's still alive, clearly that would be weird. Yeah.
Technically, dead fish could just taste like cooked fish.
Right.
But it didn't, right?
No. This is dead and rotten fish, to be specific. They were not specific enough in naming the flavor. Yeah. I
don't envy you.
I know, that's my sandwich is totally ruined now. Like I was in the middle, like chowing down on that sandwich. I'm like, oh man, I have to go back to that a lot later. It's all good. So let's see. Hyper says that's caffeine says it's hilarious when Davey can't tell if it's a disgusting one or a tasty one. It happens. I can't tell sometimes. Like they're all just so gnarly. Very hard to tell. Anyway, let's get back to the questions. If I can forget the memory of that dead fish. Okay. So the follow-up question from Chainmail the Snake is, as we mentioned, what song do you like to play that no one requests? Well, what song do you not like playing that everyone requests?
There's honestly like not really any on my list right now that I don't like playing. Generally, if there's a song that I don't like playing, I don't put it on the list. I'm just like, I nope it out. However, I will say there's some that get like played all the time that just sometimes then it becomes like a little bit hard to like connect with the track if you played it a bunch. These aren't current ones, but Creep by Radiohead had a phase. Zombie by the Cranberries had a phase. Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush is currently having a phase right now.
I'm not surprised.
I do love that song, but it's just like, it's not that I don't like playing those songs. It's just like, if you play them so many times, I feel like each time it's harder to like connect with the song. When it's just fresh, there's just like something kind of like, I don't know, that you can kind of, for me personally, I can like really get into it easy, whereas when it becomes kind of like repetitive, it's just a little bit harder to get into it.
Man, that is so true though. I mean, everybody has those songs. Like you've just heard so many damn times. Like you're just done with it after a while. But I appreciate the diplomacy in your answer, because I can certainly sympathize with that. Like any song, even the songs you love, are going to be tough to play after a while if you play it frequently. And Cap says, surprisingly 21, which I heard today, great song, by JordinLaine, only 74 times played. That is surprising. I thought it'd be more.
That's a lot of times, you guys.
Oh, is this okay? All right.
If you think about it, that's a lot of times playing that song.
Well, that's true because
But,
you can only do one a stream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm actually surprised. That's a lot of times, and that's times gone through the queue. Like, let alone if I'm just playing it on a whim and or the queue isn't open or something. But the originals, I will say, it's easier for me to get sick of my originals than it is covers. I don't know why, but it is. Like, I just I don't know. I guess I kind of get sick of myself a little bit. I think we all do sometimes.
I guess so. I've never really thought of it that way. That's an interesting observation, though. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the question, Chain. I appreciate you being. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Like, I know you very well from JL's chat, so it's really cool to have you as part of this. Just a reminder for those of you tuning in late. JordinLaine is celebrating 2 years as partner on Twitch, and she's doing it in a massive way with a 4-day festival called JLFest. 4 days on 4 different stages, 4 different locations, and it's all happening at her channel, twitch.tv/JordinLaine. Tomorrow she'll be at the Zen stage. Every show will start at noon Central Time or 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and day 2's the Zen stage. Is there anything you can tell us about the Zen stage?
Yeah, of course. I can give you guys a little sneak peek for all the diehards. It's I'm going to my friend's yoga studio to set up, which is just the most beautiful space. I've always loved it. I've done a couple shows there, and the room just sounds beautiful. It's cozy. It's bright light, and I think it's just going to be nice and relaxed and just quite a peaceful looking set. So I'm excited to go there and set up for the day.
Oh man, that's gonna be I'm very intrigued into how that's gonna look, so I'll be tuned in tomorrow. I'll give it a look for sure. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so now did you get to test the Wi-Fi in there before you on the previous day to make sure that was okay?
I don't really do Wi-Fi anymore. I'm plugging into the router there.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really trust. I think like Eklo has kind of instilled in me to just like always be thorough with everything to make sure everything is like running top notch. So I don't even really consider streaming from Wi-Fi ever because I'm just like, it's unreliable. So if I can't plug in, I generally don't, or if I can't use data, I generally don't.
Gotcha.
So, we should be good to go.
It's great that that's an option, though. I'm glad you had that option. That's really cool. So, just curious.
Yeah, it has like limited me a little bit. Like there's been a lot of times where I'm like, oh, love to do a stream here, I love to do a stream here, and then I'm like, oh, but the Wi-Fi, and it's just, to me, it's not worth, like, I don't know. Maybe I have high standards, or I think I do have high standards of like what I'm putting forward as content, and that's definitely a factor in there. But ever since I got a bigger data plan, I can now do like remote streams every now and then, which is pretty cool.
That is really cool. And the streams aren't necessarily music either. I've noticed that one time you were out playing golf, I think.
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones? Like, were there other non-music streams?
Yeah, we did the golf stream. I've definitely done a lot of like cooking streams and like soap making streams. We've done a couple like backyard day streams. I remember one year for, I think, a partnerversary, I did like an all day just IRL stream around my house, and we did different things, and we actually had one point we were making tacos inside, and then we had to go outside to barbecue the shrimp, so we passed the laptop through the window and like moved the rig out the window. Like, it was a whole deal. It was a whole thing.
Wow. I'm impressed.
But yeah, I do like to throw little bits of content like that in every once in a while. It's kind of fun for me and interesting for other people, I think.
Cool.
Maybe.
No, I think the response has been really good for a lot of those, especially like you mentioned golf and pasta, and that's fun.
Yeah, the golf was a good one. It was kind of a fail because I remember I forgot my battery pack, but it actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And we were mic'd up with lapel mics. So it was just,
So pro.
it was a fun day. That was such a fun day.
That looked like fun. Do you remember who won? Does it matter? I guess it doesn't really matter, but...
Oh, I am not that good at golf.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely Echo.
I got you. Okay.
I like to golf, but like I rarely keep score, and when I do, my score is atrocious. So, but I enjoy myself when I'm out there usually.
Yeah, I mean, and from the end of the day, that's what it's about. I think most people who go to golf like do it for fun, so like I don't worry about it too much either. So.
Yeah.
Let's get to the question. So this is our tradition here. Every week we ask the question, which is pancakes, waffles, French toast, or crepes.
Oh, I'm like, okay, those three are like frequent in my household. I would say that waffles and pancakes like every second weekend. Either one of those every second weekend. French toast maybe like once a month or once every couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So French toast is out. It's not French toast. I love French toast, but it's not my go-to. Pancakes and waffles. If I had to pick one, it would probably be pancakes because I feel like it's a little bit more versatile and you can eat it, a little bit more regularly than waffles. Waffles are a bit more of a commitment, I feel like. They're thicker. Usually more toppings, a little bit more indulgent depending on what you're putting on the top. Pancakes, you can keep them nice and thin so you can have them, a little bit more regularly. They're less intimidating than the waffle. And I can also still enjoy a pancake with like a fruit sauce and a whipped cream and peanut butter and syrup and stuff. Same as waffle, but just a little bit less intimidating. So I would probably go with pancakes, but I love all the above.
But yeah, I mean, and honestly, there's no wrong answer. But I love your response here because the versatility is what sells it with pancakes. It's actually, it's a tremendous call.
And also, I'm Canadian. We're like team real pure maple syrup up here, and I just feel like when you think maple syrup, what is the best thing that goes with it? It's pancakes. It does go great with waffles and French toast, but like it's pancakes. Pancakes is like the thing. It's the syrup's thing. It's the spaghetti to the meatballs. It's pancakes of syrup. So, that's in there too, probably.
Nah, great. That's a very good factor. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Look who just came in the chat. Oh my gosh! It's our good friend Jay Tile. Team Pancakes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Burr, 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 burr.
Wait, I have a question.
All right.
Like Team Pancakes specifically. Does anyone out there actually eat pancakes that are stacked on top of one another, or is that literally just for show? Because I personally have never eaten pancakes that are stacked on top of one another. I feel like you don't get the right butter to syrup ratio when they're stacked. Like it's just a mess. And I don't know. Is it just a thing we see in movies and TV, or is it a real thing that people do? I have no idea. I would love to know.
Well, I think more than two, I think would be just ridiculous. Like it'd be hard to eat that. Like, how do you fit it in your mouth? So that's a great question.
Yeah, even two. Like I've never eaten two pancakes stacked on top of one another. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's very valid, Jordin. And Jade with a response. I suspect that pancakes stacked have to be super thin, like buttermilk pancakes.
But like, do you butter each one and then stack the next one? Like, is that what you do? I just, what is the process here? You did that today. Oh
Smack Talk did it today. Good job, Smalls. Wow.
Finally, I have met my match here.
But Smack Talk, what did you do with the butter? Did you put it all on the top? Did you put it on each one? Like what?
We need to know. We need to know. It was only a stack of two.
Oh, the second two. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Jane says the Steve's maple taste can't permeate a stack. Oh no.
Steve's maple taste.
I've heard things
to haunt me.
That's a running thing over at JL's channel. The Steve's maple taste, which is, what is it like? Is it like artificial maple syrup? Like, what's the story behind that? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's not real pure maple syrup, but it's marketed to look like pure maple syrup. It's in like a brown bottle, a jug that pure maple syrup normally comes in, and it's got like a maple leaf on the front. It says pure maple and then taste, like really small on the edge. So it says pure maple on it, but then taste, and it's hard to see the taste. And so I bought a bottle once because I was out of syrup, just thinking I'll pick up a little bottle of pure maple syrup from the store. So I grabbed this off the shelf. I was like, perfect. Brought it home, tasted it. No, I didn't taste it. I brought it home and I hadn't opened it yet. Went back to the grocery store a couple weeks later, thinking in my head, oh, I need maple syrup, forgetting that I had already picked up this bottle.
Oh, no.
So I picked up the same one. They fooled me twice. They fooled me twice into thinking that their maple syrup was real 2 times.
Wow.
I accidentally bought 2 jugs of this maple syrup, and I tasted it. When I tasted it, it is just atrocious. It is just corn syrup. It doesn't taste like maple syrup at all. It's so bad. And I have confirmation from a viewer that they went out and bought it to see what all the kerfuffle was about, and they also agreed that it was absolutely atrocious, and I'm not being dramatic. So anyways, it's a meme because they marketed to me twice, and they got me twice, and Steve is rolling in the cash right now, and I have a bad taste in my mouth.
Do you still have those jugs on you? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I think they're in the one is unopened in the pantry, and I think the other one is just sitting in my fridge. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
I was gonna say, those bottles are gonna keep haunting you forever.
Maybe I'll make like granola. I don't even think I can make granola with them. I usually use maple syrup in my granola. I feel like that would just be weird. I don't know.
I don't know. You have to do like a stunt with them, like, like maybe like pour it down a stairs and see what happens if people step on it or something.
Yeah, just like bathe in it and then do something.
You can't eat it. It doesn't sound edible, but from your description, so like you're
I could do like people do hot tub streams. I could do like a syrup tub stream and clickbait it.
But it's so. How long would it take for that to warm up to a point where you could actually like dip in it? Like it seems that really thick if it's just corn syrup.
Yeah, it would be disgusting.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to be sipping that balsamic vinegar with it, and it's like, jeez, can't even imagine.
My poor taste buds have been on a ride this year.
100%. Angie says, I think Shane wants one.
Yeah, I think so. I think he does.
Yeah, that's great. Shane says, offer them as a JordinFest VIP gift. For only $100 dono.
I should auction the unopened one off and sign it.
Yeah, I think you got something. You figured out a way to monetize that thing you were trying to get rid of for the last year and a half. I love that.
Yeah, auction it off for charity.
I bet you could get something for it. You get at least $50.
Maybe.
History, jail lore.
Yeah, true. No one would be buying it for the taste. I've smack talked it enough.
Oh man. That's great. We have more time for questions, everybody. We have about 10 minutes left, so if you have a question for us, exclamation point question followed by your question. We would love to hear from you about anything. As you can see, we can talk about just about anything on this channel. Let's see. Oh, Jade, have a great lurk. It's so good to see you. By the way, Jade's coming up with us next week, so we'll have a brilliant artist, Jade Tile, FYI. But and also a maker of emotes, including the Bork emote over here on the Sandwich Show. But we will hear from Jade Tile next week. It should be really fun. But yeah, that's really great. You talk about, I mean, I think this is why I have been such a fan of your work, is because it's not just music, it's also food too. Because like I have definitely enjoyed these conversations, and I think we've already covered a lot of them. Like, what have been some of the biggest debates food wise on your show? And I can imagine, like, we talked about the syrup, we talked about the pancakes.
I have one.
The
hot smoothie debate.
Ooh.
Have you heard of the hot smoothie debate?
I think I missed that one. Oh.
Okay, so basically I was like, it was winter and I was like, oh, you guys, I like found a nice way to stay cozy and healthy throughout the winter, and it's a hot smoothie. And you you cook some apples and heat up some tea, and you put some oats into the blender with some peanut butter, and you make a hot smoothie. And everyone was like, first of all, that's disgusting. And I was like, no, it's really good. And then everyone got on to, well, isn't a hot smoothie just soup? And so then we had this like whole argument or debate about when is a hot smoothie and when is it just soup? And it went on for a very long time.
Oh man.
Very long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it go to a poll?
I don't remember if it went to a poll, but I haven't had a hot smoothie since that
You're
one
freaking
time that I had a hot smoothie.
The chat intimidated you from hot smoothies. Unbelievable.
It's so funny because it was such a big deal, and I thought it was going to be like my new staple, and I just had it once.
Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, you don't want to make the chat furious just from having a snack, so I guess there's that's kind of valid. Oh man. Yeah. And didn't I hear that you were like a fan of like maple syrup and spaghetti too? Is that a thing, everybody?
No,
that was not a real thing. Okay, never mind.
No. Oh my gosh, no. I'm like very offended when people put like ketchup on their Kraft Dinner, or like, I don't know. I'm a little bit. Am I a little bit obnoxious and elitist when it comes to certain foods? Maybe I am, but like if people like cut up their spaghetti, I'm like, that's wrong. You're doing it wrong. I remember meeting Adam, and we like my family is Italian, so he came over for spaghetti one night and he started cutting it up, and I was like, what are you doing? I was just like appalled, and he's like, what? I'm cutting up my spaghetti so I can eat it. I'm like, you're supposed to twirl it in the spoon. I mean, now of course I accept him, but he also puts like ketchup on his Kraft Dinner, ketchup on his scrambled eggs, all that kind of stuff that a lot of people like, that I'm just like, no, because that's, I don't know, that's all you can taste if you put ketchup on stuff. I don't know.
Ketchup is tough to put on almost anything. I think the only thing I could do it with is fries. Like that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Fries, and I do like it on grilled cheese sometimes.
Okay, that would be. I never tried that. That's interesting.
Just on the edges.
Okay.
Like I'll dip the edges of the grilled cheese in a little ketchup, but I'll eat the center sans ketchup.
Right on.
It doesn't need it.
No.
You know?
Too much ketchup is bad, no matter what the context. Even in fries, like it's just it's very, very strong. Like I totally get it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lincoln says, Lincoln, welcome in, Lincoln 32. Well, guy, nice to see you here. Great. Now I'm hungry. That's what we do. And then what's a sin, I believe, or I think we're talking about the earlier thing with the what was it, ketchup on whatever, and then or eating chicken wings with a fork. I don't hate it. I get it. I don't hate it. I mean, would you eat chicken wings with a fork?
Not unless they were like humongous chicken wings. No, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I would say that like there is a size when it goes from chicken wings to like drumstick that you upgrade to the fork and the knife, but like any smaller than like what can I size compare to? If it's smaller than like, oh geez, I was gonna say a coaster, but now I'm picturing a piece of a chicken that's that big, and maybe you would use a fork and a knife. I don't know. It just depends on the size, I think.
Yeah, right on.
You can get some big chicken wings. Like
that's true.
I've seen some thick chicken wings.
Like this big. I've seen it too. Yeah.
Like really big. Like you're like, oh my gosh, what kind of chicken did that come off of?
Yeah, good call. Yeah. But it's a decent principle though, because like it's like eating a candy bar with a fork and a knife. It's like, well, that's not in the spirit of what a candy bar is. Like,
yeah.
So I get it.
Or pizza. I think pizza's a little bit more accepted. Eating pizza with a fork and a knife, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a use case scenario with pizza too. Like it depends on what kind of pizza. If it's like that really thick deep dish pizza, then probably. True. But
true. Really floppy pizza, sometimes maybe you need a fork and a knife. You got to dive right in and get messy.
Oh, you know what?
I agree.
I love that, and it's talking about really floppy pizza, like the Neapolitan style, where it's like kind of gooey on the inside, in the middle. that definitely, because if you just try to eat it with your hands, it just comes off. Like it just won't.
Yeah.
You won't get it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a decent, but regular pizza, absolutely. Like you got to fold it over and and then eat it with your hands. I love it.
Yeah.
Peppers, Parmesan. Where do you go with the toppings?
I don't normally do toppings on my pizza, to be honest. I just, I do toppings, but not like those after toppings.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've never gotten down with the chili flakes or the Parmesan, but I have really been enjoying, like really not weird, but like more like prominent flavors on my pizza, like banana peppers and olives. And last time I got banana peppers, olives, and pineapple, and I didn't love the pineapple, so I think I swapped it out for like a tomato or something. But I don't know. My taste buds have been craving some more wild toppings lately.
Dig it.
Oh, geez. Yeah, and one time I did chat poll toppings on pizza, and one of them was Steve's maple syrup.
Oh, no way.
One was Steve's maple syrup.
No way.
With anchovies and feta, I think. And there was one other topping, and I forget what it is, but it was disgusting. Like, I made it through. Made it through, but, like, would not recommend doing that. Would never.
Don't blame you. That does not sound like fun at all. Like that's.
But like the Bean Boozled, you got to do it for the content. It's fun.
And that's what it's about. So you beat me to that. I was just like, it's like pizza Bean Boozled. Like I was like,
yeah.
Except it's bad. Like you don't even know. There is no pretense of it. It could be good. It's out. That just seems bad from the start, from the jump.
Yeah, it was actually funny because we did 2 different pizza topping combinations. And the first one, everyone voted like a really good tasting pizza. And I was like, are you guys doing that on purpose? Like, on the mods were just like so mad. They're like, what are you guys doing? This is supposed to be gross. Come on. And so then the second one was disgusting. But the first one was actually quite good.
Oh, man. So whether they meant to or not, they ended up actually picking a good pizza. That's hilarious in and of itself, because that's the whole premise. Yeah. I can understand mods. That's what mods do. They love to troll. Like it's mods here troll, mods you are troll, mods everywhere throughout Twitch are great at this practice, and I love it. It's where it should be.
I mean, they work so hard, and then their payment is just like watching the streamer suffer and squirm. Like that's where they get their fuel.
Yeah. And we're here for it. Look, bring it on. Bring on the challenge. We'll take all your new challenges, All about it.
I'm cool with it. I'm having fun.
I dig it. Well, I guess we're at the end of the show. Cosmic James, by the way, welcome in. It's good to see you. Let's get some mod love in the chat, too. Just in general, not just the mods at Sandwich Show, but like everybody. Like that.
Yeah.
So many great
mod love, for sure.
We
need more mod love in the world.
Yeah, 100%. But this has been a really, really fun conversation. And I guess like if you were to look at your show in perspective and see where it's going, like what are you excited for? Now, and then maybe you mentioned what are you excited for in the years and months ahead as you continue your music journey, releasing new music, doing new streams, finding new ideas, and then staging things like this really cool event you've got with JLFest.
I'm like really hoping to find a music producer that's like near me that I can go and work with, like kind of as my go-to, at least for a little while, to produce some of my original music. And I feel like also once I have, if I find a person like that, once I have a person to kind of go to, I'll feel a little bit more inspired to write more. I haven't written in a while. And I think that I'm looking forward to this year because I'm going to really try hard to find a studio and a producer and sit down and get writing again. So that's kind of what's on my horizon at the moment that I'm thinking about.
Well, I wish you best of luck in finding that producer. I hope we'll find it. I mean, the music is there, obviously. It just needs a touch, and I think the touch will really get it into a great place.
Yes, agreed.
And Smack Talk, I wanted to say before we go, thank you so much for the gift sub to JordinLaine. That's really nice of you to do that.
Yes.
Very good to have your support. And all of you here tonight, thank you so much for enjoying this conversation between us, So, and Lincoln says that's awesome. Much success to you, and I agree. Folks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This was super fun and giggly and just awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, JL. So, folks, just a reminder: tomorrow, more JL Fest. There's the link in the chat. Give her a follow if you're not already. It should be a lot of fun shenanigans in store. Absolutely. So now. Let's go find someone to raid. Who do you like as far as our potential raid destination?
Oh, me?
Yep, we like to let the guests make a call on it.
All right.
And this one doesn't come to mind. We could make a decision too, but let me know.
Let's go over to have you ever been over to Brookstone Bards?
Sure have. I love the call.
I love Brookstone Bards. We could go there.
Nice. Okay, let's do it. Our good friends, the Brookstone Bards, who have also been on the show. It's a really fun time.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
No, that's great. I love the call, Jordan. That's really great. They're going to be so thrilled to see us. So let's do the thing. Pete's great. You talk about songs that he can't stand us streaming. He's got them too. It's great.
Oh yeah, and he would just list them, whereas I'm a little bit more like, oh, there's none really. And he would be like, all these.
Oh man, Calf, if you're in the chat, I think I know what song I want to request tonight. So let's go over there and request that. But thank you again. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's go ahead and set up the raid for the Brookstone Bards. Fantastic call. I really appreciate you for all your time tonight. And as I mentioned, continued success, including JL Fest tomorrow. I hope to be a part of that.
Thank you.
And let's start the raid.
Thanks so much for having me, and thank you guys for tuning in. It was an awesome little conversation.
Appreciate you, JL. Back at you. It's really great to have your company. And we'll keep it rolling at the Brookstone Bards. Folks, when you get to Brookstone Bards, in case you weren't already, give our friends Pete and company a follow. It's a great time. And thank you too, Shane and Angie. It's really great to have you. I'm very honored to have your presence as well. So we say goodnight. We'll be back at some point this week. And next week we'll have our friend Jade Tile. Thanks everyone. Take care. Let's go say hi to the Brookstone Bards.
Bye.
Bye.